Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, today we're going to do a side-by-side comparison between the iPhone 6 Plus and the Galaxy Note 5. Now these are arguably the two best phablets on the market, and we're going to see just which one really is better between the two. Alright, let's compare them in every category and see which one comes out on top. Now, when it comes to look and feel, the iPhone 6 Plus we've known for a little while now. Similar design to the iPhone 6, just a bigger size, and overall it's going to be pretty much the same. It doesn't have the best looking antennas in the back. That part's a little bit annoying. I wish they could cover them up more easily or make them minimal like the Note 1 is, but overall it's going to be a great design for the metal finish on the back and the just simplified elegance, as iPhone puts it. Now, with the Note 5, it really is a huge departure from the Note 4 last year, and they did a huge improvement in terms of look and feel. The curved back is definitely a great addition, and it really makes it different from the other model, like the S6, that was just a plain back. This one really kind of stands out more so, and it really looks great. It feels really comfortable in the hand, and it has more of a flat side as opposed to a curved side, which can make the iPhone 6 a little bit slippery. Overall, they're both great and really well-designed phones, but for the feel part, easily the Note 5 takes it, and the look, I would say, is arguable between the two. But overall, for the comfort level of the feel, it will go to Note 5. So for look and feel, the Galaxy Note 5 will take it. Now, when it comes to web browsing, the thing we always take a look at first is the screen quality. On the iPhone 6 Plus, you have a 1080p display at 920 by 1080 with a 401 pixels per inch. However, on the Note 5, you have a Quad HD display or 2K display coming in at 2560 by 1440 with a 518 pixels per inch. So yes, overall the screen quality is going to be better on the Note 5, and important to note that even though it's a bigger screen at 5.7 compared to 5.5, it's a smaller phone and a lighter phone. However, the iPhone 6 Plus is the thinner out of the two. So let's take a look and see which one is going to do web browsing better. So Note 5 finished first, followed shortly after by the iPhone 6 Plus. So both loaded fairly quickly. Now let's try no stuttering. No stuttering. Let's do pinch to zoom. Both good. Double tap a little hiccupy, but overall it normally works well. Okay, so overall with web browsing, you are going to have a great experience with both devices. Now, important to note about the Note is that you can highlight things with the pen, which is just a nice added feature. Not enough to overall win the web browsing experience, since because they're both good web browsers. So overall, we'll call it a tie when it comes to web browsing capability. Alright, now let's test out the sound quality with the overall better speaker when it comes to playing music. Now, we're going to start off with the iPhone 6, then go back and forth. Both speakers are at the bottom right, so we should hear similar quality.
The curtain goes down, I remain the same. But all that money don't equal the price of fame. From LA to New York, Seattle to the Bay, West overnight flights to Oahu, weekend late. Y'all go down in Vegas, Lasso and Cali, headed down to the Staples. I was a boy with a dream, had my head in the clouds. Now I'm sleeping first class. First class, got a bed in the clouds. Hit my pops to pick me up, and he said he was proud.
Alright, so hopefully you could hear the sound quality that we heard. And overall, the Note 5 is going to be a bit better for sound. Just a bit louder, a bit clearer in terms of vocals Clarity on both is great, but overall, it's just going to be a better experience when listening to music on the Note 5, just because it's a better sound coming out of the speaker. Not to mention, of course, with headphones, it does have the newer equalizer that's going to up convert all of your music. Okay, so these are two big screen phones, and we want to see which one's going to be better when it comes to video quality. Now, overall, when it comes to video watching, we want a great experience. We already have the big screens on both these phones, but which one's going to look better when we're watching our Netflix, our YouTube, our Hulu Plus, everything we want to consume on a big screen phone? Let's see. All right, so the iPhone 6 Plus is at the top and the Note 5 is at the bottom, and let's see how they compare. So overall, when we take a look at these two, it really is quite simple. The Note 5 has an AMOLED screen, or to be more specific, an LED screen, which is easily going to best the LCD still found on an iPhone. Why does it best it? Well, just like the reason you don't see LCD TVs anymore, LED is going to be brighter, have better colors, and not to mention more energy efficient, which we'll get to on the battery later. But yes, overall, the Note 5 is going to be the best movie watching experience between these two devices. Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, today we're doing a side-by-side comparison between the Galaxy Note 5 and the iPhone 6 Plus. Now, these are two of the top phablets on the market, any phone above 5.5-inch screen, so we're going to see how they do in a camera comparison. All right, now let's check out the cameras on these two devices. Now, first of all, you'll notice a huge difference right away, and that is just that Note 5 produces much bigger photos, and that's simply because the megapixel size is much greater. So this is the difference between a 8 megapixel screen size and a 16 megapixel screen size. I did try to proportion them. I tried to minimize this a little bit at the same ratio as growing this one a little bit so that hopefully they would be more closely, but this is as good as we can do for that. Now, first of all, this is the low light comparison. So the idea behind it is I tap the building on both of them and hopefully to get as much light as possible. On the iPhone 6 Plus, we definitely saw an increase on the street, which was completely darkened. Normally, you couldn't really see this much brightness on here. So it did a very good job here. On the building, though, it's more dull. It couldn't get that much light through between this shot. And right away, you'll notice that the detail is just non-existent. You really cannot see the numbers here, as well as just even like the rug right there. It's just very grainy as soon as you come up. So this is where megapixels count. Unfortunately, where when you zoom in, it's going to not be able to be seen. On the Note 5's photo, however, we can see a lot more detail. You can make out the numbers, 96 and 28. You see the towel or whatever it is on there a lot more clearly, and it's just a better overall visual, being able to see everything from the threads right here on the electricity pole, and yeah, just very more seamless in terms of seeing everything and seeing everything brighter as well, of course. Just everything is much more lit. And you do have a little bit of a lens flare here. And I did take these and all of these photos automatic out of the box, so I did not adjust anything. As we know, I could have adjusted either one to make either one a better photo, but I wanted to keep it an level playing field. All right. Now, when we go to the details, we see a couple of differences here. One, the iPhone 6 Plus actually got a brighter shot here, and I focused on this area for both. So with that shot, though, it does get more detail. That's the question. So as we zoom in here, we can see that, again, this is where it's going to fall back on the Note 5 taking the reins. simply because the iPhone is already getting this part much more blurry. So it just is going to be a lot fuzzier, and nothing seems to be too much in focus here. It's just kind of all around the place, as well as on these rubber parts. You can't really see a little bit on the white, but you definitely can't see it on the black. It's kind of matted and just kind of blended in. Whereas this part is actually pretty sharp. Now, when we contrast go to the Note 5 on that, you can actually see that not only can you see these parts very clearly, you see those details I was talking about that are just not able to be seen on the iPhone. And even though we're zoomed in closer to the Note 5, you can definitely see just a lot more detail and everything here. So in terms of detail, the Note 5 will definitely beat out the iPhone 6 Plus. And then we go to color reproduction. Now, this has happened in the last two videos, photo comparison videos we've had. And for some reason, the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus have changed my rug each time. I don't know why. This is the color of my rug. This is the color the iPhone 6 wants my rug to be. It's not the color. I don't know why it does that, but it does. So you have that happen. Now, overall, in here, it does a little bit of a change too to the wall color, which is more of a darker tone, such as this. It brightens it up. But you can see, obviously, just a different in even the depth from the shadows on these boards right away in comparison to here. It's just kind of not as sharp and not as clean looking between the two. Now, as we go to the color reproduction section of here, we see that it changes the skin tone for some reason on here, and I don't know why. But we found that each time the color reproduction, it messed up the carpet and it messed up the skin tone. So that was the overall impression for that part of the color. And here, this one actually did a little bit of a really good job with the purple in comparison to the Note 5. The Note 5 did get a brighter shot here with this one and didn't show as much depth. So this part, it was more on the iPhone 6 Plus. But then when we get to the shadow game, you can just see a lot of lackluster color and depth in here, whereas you really can see that here. Just the shades between these two are much more apparent than here, where it just seems kind of like they're sewn together. And obviously it's not the case. So yeah, overall with skin tone and for rugs, the Note 5 one, when it came to the purple, this one actually had more depth of color, the iPhone 6 Plus. But when it came to the middle and the multiple colors, the Note 5 definitely takes it. So closer on the color reproduction, but definitely still the Note 5 just seems to do a better job. Now in selfies, everyone loves taking selfies. We have, again, a difference in size. This is going to be, I believe, a 1.3 megapixel on the iPhone 6 Plus versus a 5 megapixel on the Note 5. Now, I always preface this by this is a hard shot for any camera to take, let alone a selfie camera. I purposely do this to test out the camera's limits. So what we can see here is a very dark area where you should get noise, basically fuzziness around your photo. And this would normally be overexposed as it is on the iPhone 6 Plus, and it just washes everything out. And this is the iPhone 6 Plus, whereas this is the Galaxy Note 5. Notice in the Note 5, first and foremost, it's obviously a much wider shot. So I get a lot more in my shot comparing the two. So you can see it kind of ends here for the iPhone, whereas here it goes all the way to the door handle. And on here, you can't even see the light switch, but here not only do you see a light switch, but much more. So the Note 5 is definitely the wider angle between the two, so you'll get a lot more people in your shot without cutting them off. Now, in terms of the over-under exposure test, the Note 5 wins in spades. You can see this is definitely not as underexposed as here, where it's just completely fuzzy. It is more flattened, but that is preferable as it is cleared compared to just the over graininess or too much noise on this side of the photo. And then when we go to the top, you can definitely see just such a clear difference. Again, the rug, I don't know why, but the rail easily is seeable on the Note 5, where you can't see it at all on the iPhone 6 Plus. Now, in terms of the details as well, you definitely get just a better, clearer overall photo with the Note 5 in comparison to the iPhone 6 Plus selfie. So, again, to recap, in low light, the Note 5 will get be able to brighten the shot a lot more easily on automatic compared to the iPhone 6 Plus. The details, it's easily the Note 5, it just easily takes it. Color reproduction is closer, but the Note 5 does overall have the better color reproduction, especially when it comes to skin tone, which, let's face it, is probably the most important part of your color reproduction. And then selfies easily. If you want to take better selfies, you want the Galaxy Note 5. When it comes to gaming, really these two are the best you can get on each OS. For iPhone, you're going to get the best gaming experience on the iPhone 6 Plus. And for Android, the Note 5 just stands out among all the other gaming devices you can get right now in the market. So yes, both are going to give you overall great experiences and, as you can see, very similar games at launch. However, overall, when we go to this, we go to the debate between iOS versus Android. iOS will get some games sooner before Android, whereas Android will have the ability to play better emulator games, such as games from the Super Nintendo era or PlayStation era. So, for that reason, we will call this a tie, as both are going to be amazing gaming experiences. Now, when it comes to overall battery life, iPhone's never had a good, strong point when it comes to this. It just drains more quickly than most smartphones, and we've just seen it time and time again. And we see it on here as well. Overall, between the two, just in doing this review even, they both started off at 95 and 75 respectively. So they started off at about 20% difference, and it really just, as they both gone down, the iPhone 6 has gone down quicker than the Note 5 has. But it's also well documented that just the Note 5 is going to have a better overall experience rated at 9 hours and 11 minutes compared to iPhone 6 Plus's 6 hours and 32 minutes. So almost a 3-hour difference there. And I would say that's relatively true for your typical day-to-day use. Overall, the Note 5 is easily going to be 2 hours longer than the iPhone 6 Plus and up to 4 hours at times when I've tested both. So for that reason, the Note 5 will easily win in terms of battery life. Now, when it comes to extras, when you first think about it, they're very similar. Both only built-in storage. Both don't have something like an IR blaster. Both don't have removable battery. But the Note has a trick up its sleeve. Or, more correctly, a pen. Pen that has really good advantages overall to lots of usage. One of my favorite is being able to highlight any text. For instance, on an app like Instagram, where on an iPhone there's no way you can highlight the text. The pen overrides it on the Note 5, as well as the ability to take the pen out when you just need to write down a quick note is a great feature to be able to do very easily, and one that I've used very often, and it auto saves just that quickly. So yes, overall, I would say that when it comes to extras, the Note 5 is going to take note. Okay, I'm sorry, it wins on the extras. Now, when it comes to price point, well, Samsung managed to do something actually pretty surprising. First of all, Samsung comes with double the storage. So it starts off at 16 on the iPhone 6 Plus, whereas the lowest price model is 32 gig on the Note 5. And you'd think that the iPhone 6 Plus should be lower for that reason. Obviously, it comes with less storage compared to the Note. But when we go to the iPhone 6 Plus, the total price point is $750, whereas the Note 5 is $700, making it $50 cheaper. So yes, overall, the better bang for your buck will go to the Note 5, not only for being $50 cheaper, but for even giving you the ability to have double the storage at that price point. So the better bang for your buck will be the Galaxy Note 5. All right, let's tie them up and see who won. When it comes to look and feel, the Note 5 just has a beautiful curved back that really makes it feel better in the hand than the overall curved side of the iPhone 6. Now, when it comes to web browsing, both are great for web browsing capability, so you're going to have a great experience with both. When it comes to the entertainment of music and movies, though, you're going to want to go with the Note 5, having the better overall speaker, as well as easily the better screen for a movie watching experience. When it comes to the camera quality, the Note 5 is going to be better, especially when it comes to low light and selfies. You are never going to look better than on a Galaxy Note 5. When it comes to gaming, it's going to be a tie since both are great gaming platforms, devices for each of their respective platforms. When it comes to battery life, the Note 5 is easily going to beat the iPhone 6 Plus on a continuous basis, coming in at 2 to 3 hours longer each and every time. When it comes to extras, the Note 5 definitely has the S Pen, which just continues to be a great and better feature as Samsung adds more useful features to it. When it comes to price point, it's going to be the Note 5 as well, not only for having the cheaper price point by $50, but also giving you double the storage. Alright, when we tally them all up, the Galaxy Note 5 is the winner. It is the best overall phablet, it seems, when comparing it to the best Apple has to offer. The Note 5 does come out on top. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you did like it. Please give a thumbs up down below. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.